Hello, I'm starting the vlog with this view today. It's a great big boat over there. There goes a Carris van. Carris is the company that runs all the buses and the trams and all that sort of stuff. Speaking of which, I'm rather hoping to go to the Carris Museum today. There's a museum of Carris, so it's like buses and trams and all things to do with the public transport here in the city. So I'm very excited. I have been before, but not for many, many years, and I certainly have never vlogged it. But before I do, I'm going to have a little bit of a picnic. I've been to Mini Brussels supermarket and picked up a couple of pastry items and a can of Coke as well. I've got a lovely spinach and cheese pastry here with a sort of lattice on the top. That was €1.37. I'll put the sterling equivalent on the screen at the time of editing. Obviously it changes. And these are those little pão de queijo, the little cheesy bread things. Oh, they're very delicious, but my friend tells me that they are actually Brazilian in origin, but they're very popular here. Those were 17 cents each. I'll put sterling on screen. So altogether that came to 51 cents for the 3 pão de queijo. And the Coca-Cola, so it's a sugar-free one and caffeine-free, and that came to 84 cents. I'm gonna have this one first and then save them for later unless I'm still peckish. Delish. Pastry's slightly sweet in that it reminds me of like a plain croissant, you know what I mean? Croissant pastry. It's quite pleasant. I would never think to have sweet pastry with spinach and cheese, but it is a good combination actually. I'm going to try and get a tram to the Carris Museum. Wish me luck. The last few have been quite crowded and problematic. Aha! The train's running at the moment. They stop in Belém. Belém? Hang on. Alcantara. I've got to think about where I need to go now. Hang on. Yeah, it does stop there. I'm just going to have a quick look at Google Maps and decide if that's a good course of action. It'll be faster than the tram, that's for sure. I'm not sure. I've looked at Google and it said the station was called Alcantara Mar, which it just says Alcantara on there, so I don't know if there's two. I don't know, I'm just going to get the tram. It said it was a 15-minute walk from the rail station, you see, and I'm not sure if it actually was or not. It's the 18, I don't know if that goes to Alcantara. That's where I need to go. And it says at the back for ease of getting off, because it's crowded. It's not that easy to get off. It does go to Alcantara, I asked the driver. The window's open. You just pay with your same zapping card that you use on the trains and the buses. Just flip it on the machine as you saw me do. It's quite a different sort of experience on these trams. You can probably see getting sort of shunted around from side to side. I think, yeah, it's easier to like lose your balance on these than a bus generally, I think. But also like the vibrations that you feel coming up through the seat, if you're lucky enough to get one, kind of distinctive. The kind of creaky wooden vibrations. I don't know how to, I haven't really got a good vocabulary for describing vibrations coming up through your backside. But yeah, it's different. I don't know, maybe there's less suspension. I don't know, that's me guessing. Kind of lumpier. Look, apparently there's Wi-Fi on these trams. And the pressy buttons, you know, to stop the tram at the next stop are at high. We're stopped at lights at the moment, but I think we're pretty close now. Here's one of the modern ones. Right, I think we're getting off very soon. I think it's the next one. I'm taking a risk. I don't know if you can move these. It looks as if you can, doesn't it? But I don't know, maybe they're locked into position. I don't know. Oh, there's a big raspy ring. Right. Pretty sure it's the next one. I think it's really near that road bridge, you know, one with the statue at the end. It might be looping up quick. Should I get off here? I'm going to get off here. Oh, the joys of public transport in somewhere you're not 100% familiar with. Off we go. Oh, coat. Casaco. No. She just did an Imo special and dropped a coat. I did that with my jumper yesterday. There's my tram going off. Aha! I'm glad I got off at that stop then, because that's going up there now, further away. Good. Okay. That was more luck than judgment though. And there's a bridge up there. Are we here? No, it's police. Obrigada. Just got waved across by a police officer. So I not shove a camera in his face, just in case he objected. I think you are allowed to film police. You are in the UK anyway. You know about here. Imo starts to wonder if she imagined the existence of the Carris Museum. But it must be here somewhere. Oh, I didn't even, do you know, I didn't check it was Alcantara. I just guessed, thinking about it. Hope it wasn't Belém, because that's a lot further. Oh, what's this coming up now? Some kind of recess. No, there'd be all tram lines going into it though, and there aren't. Look, I'm right under the bridge at the moment. Something to do with health, a health centre right under the bridge. Yay! I think this is it. It's a barrier that's kind of disconcerting. Let me just walk through. There's a lady I'm going to ask. Yes, it's here. It's here, look. That's okay. Cool. Right, I'm going to go in. Hopefully I can film. Well, I'm in. It only cost me $2.50. I've got a feeling she undercharged me, but I did ask for a normal one specifically. Anyway, I'm just stopping to read a little bit of the history. I just realised I'm showing you the Portuguese version there, about the first public transportation in Lisbon. Apparently before the earthquake, it was a bit chaotic, not helped by the ups and downs of Lisbon. And so mostly just rich people could use transport, go in carriages and things like that, and on horses and donkeys and things. But then there was a company set up, the Companhia de Carruagens Omnibus, or the Omnibus Carriage Company, began as the first public transport company in 1835, and that carried on till 1865. But the Carris Company, which runs it all now, was formed in 1872 and is continuing to work today. I've just in the initial chamber here, so I'm going to have a little look at these artefacts, and she said to wait at the end, and I don't know what I'm waiting for, but anyway, I'm going to have a little look. Of course, the Carris Company also runs these funiculars, the elevador trams. I have been vlogging about these on the odd occasion during my Lisbon stay. They've been running for a very long time and they're still going today. They were originally powered by water and then steam. We're talking about, late 1800s here. But then they later became electrified in 1915 and 1927. That says there used to be more of them than there are now. This model that you see here was actually made in 1892. It shows how it works, actually. I'm struggling to get you a shot without reflections on the glass. I've swapped cameras. I'm hoping this one will be a bit better. Basically, they're connected to each other, and when one goes down, I think the weight of it is actually pulling the other one up, if you know what I mean. Obviously, they're electrified now. I'm still not 100% sure how the electricity ties in with the sort of the ballast of the one going down. But anyway, that gives you the general gist. Hey, I love all the photos of really early pictures, and there are quite a lot of them here to look at. So before the tram started out, people were really apprehensive about it. They thought the hospitals were going to be full, presumably from, people injured by the trams. Cemeteries will have to expand. They thought they were going to cause deaths. They were worried about lightning striking the electricity wires. They thought the sparrows were going to die. But afterwards, I think they were quite pleased. You can see here how the seats were constructed. Big springs under there. I think I could feel them today as we were jolting up and down on the way here. And this is the velocity controller here. I'm not going to pretend to know how it works, but it looks very complicated. The problem with me in museums is I always spend ages in the first initial chamber and then have to rush through the rest of it because there's not enough time left. So maybe I might start moving a little faster. Bus route map from 1950. Why do I find that so exciting? Hey, look, that's what the buses looked like in 1975. That's when I was born, that was, so that's a special one for me. I bet there were a few children out there who wouldn't mind having that model to play with. It's from 1999, look. I remember those when they were new. Oh, look at that old office desk. I wouldn't mind that in my house. That's lovely. I'd feel very efficient if I sat there. Look at the drawers. Wouldn't mind those at all. I'd have to label them though, I think. Oh, mind you, look, they've got capacity to be labelled. You see, look. That fan doesn't look at all safe by today's standards, does it? It looks like you have your fingers chopped off if you accidentally put them through. The office equipment you see here is from the first half of the 20th century, and it's just kind of put here to represent the sort of things that they would have used for the admin. Is that a ticket machine? Look at that old typewriter. I've got an ancient typewriter. It looks like people have been having a play with that. Look, they've jammed all the things up. I'm not going to touch it. That's a shame, isn't it? Oh, I wonder what that is. I wonder if that's a ticket machine. No, it's not. It's a maths machine. It's a calculator. Look, addition, subtraction, multiplication. Those chairs are beautiful. They're like little works of art. I don't know how comfy they would have been, though. The old calendar, look, with today's date. We just look at our phone now. The old pens. And there they were, look, sitting at their desks. They don't look very amused, I must say. Coming back to this, I'm wondering if it's an adding up machine, you know, a maths machine like that other thing, or if it is for tickets. I don't know. Wow, the tram drivers and all that, the employees, had to look super smart and tidy, and they actually had a barber's service provided to them, so their beards and hair were all trimmed all neatly. I filmed this area the other day in one of my vlogs, Elevador de Gloria. It had an actual terminal building there, and look, that was from 1931. There was a cinema next to it. I remember that being a cinema and going in it, but I don't think it is anymore. Not as far as I know anyway. Let me know in the comments if it is a cinema. Well, I never. The company had its own health service. They believed health and well-being was very important for the quality of the work by the workers, and so they funded it. All the artefacts that you see here are from the first half of the 20th century. What is that over there? Is that some kind of sterilising thing? I don't actually know. Ooh, instruments, my favourite. I was not expecting to see musical instruments in here. That's a massive saxophone. It must be a baritone? I'm not sure. Bassoon. They had a band. Carris employees had a band. So there we are. That's why they're here. There's a little piccolo. Oh, you know, she said wait at the end. It says there, wait for the tram driver. I think we're going to get a little ride on a tram. It's a timeline of things to read here. I'll amuse myself in here till I get summoned. These guys were the founders, by the way. Look at the very early tram, look, all completely open and drawn by a horse. 1900, laying down the tram tracks in the road. Looks like the buses were shipped in, look, coming down on a crane like that. What a spectacle that must have been. There's another one there, look. Arrival of the MKV double-decker buses with automatic doors at the front. That seems to be around the 1960 mark, was it? Trying to work out. 22nd of June, 1958, 1947. I'm not quite sure. Oh, we're going in a tram. Cool. Lucky me, got it to myself as well by the look of it. It's a super old one. Wow. I feel like royalty. How nice. And how fitting to go to the next part of the tram museum on a tram. Those tassels are all flattened about. I suppose that was to ring the bell to stop, I suppose. Right, this way apparently. We're going to see some old trams and buses. I can see them. Look. Ooh, I'm so excited right now. So cool. Oh, I don't even know where to start this. You can actually go on them. It's so quiet in here. What's going on? Why is this place not seething with visitors? I mean, it is Monday. This is just so cool and so inexpensive. Right. Oh, you can't get on at the front, look. Oh, so let's see when this one's from. Oh, I'm going to have such a fun time in here. Bus 301. Bus service began on October the 1st, 1957. Whoa, right, let's go on and have a look. All aboard! Ding ding! Oh, this is so cool. Quite low ceiling. I'm quite a shorty, really. I think I'm 5'4" or 5'5", something like that. My head's not too far off from the ceiling. Looks very basic in the driver's cab compared to today's vehicles, doesn't it? I'm not sure if it smells cigarette-y or not from like decades and decades ago. I'm sure smoking would have been allowed on here. This is taking me back to my school bus days, because we used to go on a double-decker, my first year anyway. Always, my favourite double-decker position is out the front at the top. It's like being on an aeroplane. On the odd occasions I do go on a double-decker these days, very rare. I still go and sit at the front at the top. Oh gosh, I feel like the whole bus is shaking. Did I do that? I'm just going to wobble my bum and see if I can do it again. Yes, I can. Oh, blimey. The old bus is wobbling. Oh, I don't like it. Right, let's go and see some more things. Nice big extra wide seat at the end there. Next one's 1952, I think. Look, you get a footstool these days. You wouldn't have had it then, would you? I wonder if I'm going to notice much difference. It's darker for filming, for sure. Dimensions seem pretty similar. Look how close my head is to the ceiling. Can't fully extend that. Oh, this is the 1975 one. Oh, can we not go on? Oh, I wanted to go on this one because it's from my birth year. I don't think we can. Oh, I'm just gonna look instead. But that's still cool. It's still cool just looking. This doesn't look that unfamiliar, to be honest. Doesn't look all that otherworldly to me. Like, probably because it's... Well, maybe they were still running, like, after 1975. And so... Maybe they were still in use when I was here first time. I can probably find out, actually. It'll say when they were pulled from service. Oh, year 2000, then yes. I probably would have gone on a bus, just like this. I don't know when this one was from, it doesn't appear to say. It said it was a bit different though, because it's got like second set of doors for the circulation of the passengers. I think there's something the matter with this one. Maybe they got some damp in because there's all crystals in there at the moment. Maybe some rain got in or something. You can't go on this one. Oh yes, it's all blocked off. The stairs are in the middle, not at the end or the start, you know. It's a little different. Oh gosh, I don't know, there's a wig in there as well, like what is going on? Okay, 1968 this one, Daimler. I'm a bit disappointed that we can't go on it. Stairs at the front, this one, look, all in darkness. There's bits and bobs in there. Maybe they've been doing educational stuff in there. Maybe that's what all those white balls were for. Maybe they've had schools groups in doing something. I'm moving on to trams now, and this one was made in 1929. It looks kind of very big, but I wonder if it's because it's just raised up a little bit. We definitely can't go on it. You do get to see underneath them though, if you want to crouch down and have a little look. They tended to have these things on them on the front, and they were... Oh, that was loud. And they were to save lives, you know, stop people getting caught underneath them. That's a very small one there. Oh no, there's a bigger one, look. This is a 1950 model. What's that for? Because they were electric, so it's obviously not for fuel. I don't know what that's all about. Can we go on this one? Yes, we can! Oh, please use the stairs with caution. Yes, okay, I will. Oh yes, certainly. Health and safety. Where's all the driving gubbins then? Has it been removed? Yeah, it's not that big once you're in. Bit higher ceiling than the buses, but they were double deckers, so they probably had to compromise on that. These tram seats are fixed. Look, you can't move the backs like you could on the other one. There's still lots of wood. I wonder if that was the actual door, like, and there wasn't a proper door. So I was just thinking, oh, the museum's put this on to restrict access, but actually I'm thinking maybe that was the door. I wonder if you'd have had to have lifted it manually to get on and off if you were a passenger. Oh, blinds, look. I presume you could have pulled those down to shade your eyes from the hot sun. Oh, and it looks like that's for pulling the window down. I'm not going to do it because obviously it's an antique, but yeah, I think that must be for lowering the window. This next one is from 1953. No, can't go on that one. Let's just get a look at it from the outside. This one's got like a hood thing to stop the sun going in the driver's eyes quite as much. No, I didn't notice the windscreen wipers on the others. There isn't one on that. Maybe it's removed, I don't know. Is there one on that one? No, there isn't, look. The famous number 28. I was on the 28 a couple of vlogs ago, but not the bit that all the tourists do, the other bit of the route, and then it got stuck because there was an accident on the road and all these trams were banked up because they couldn't go around it, obviously. This tram car was constructed in the Carris workshops in 1931, and we can go on this one. Yay. Ah, this has got all the gubbins in it, look, all the workings. It looks like a spanner. Mirror, so you can see what your passengers are getting up to. Wait, no filming on my tram. No smoking. Well, there we are. I'm surprised to see that, actually. Whoop! Just fell down that step. There's another section, but we can't go in there today. It's cordoned off. There's normally a lot more than this. I wonder if that's why I got such a cheap ticket price. It was either that or she thought I was a student, which I think I'm a bit too old to be. So I think that's just self-flattery to think that she thought I was, you know, young. And hopefully she didn't think I was over 65, because that would be a slight overestimation. Right, what's this? Looks like a blinking giant grenade or something. What the heck is that? Acid maneuver. Wooden and iron device for the handling of bottles of acid in glazed clay. Constructed in the Carris workshop 1958. We can't go on these last few, but this is a 1906 model, so I'll give you a quick look at that. When's this one from? This one is from 1948. Big, they're big things, but I suppose the really big ones now are articulated, is that the word? But they sort of do bendy in the middle stuff. And this last one, the windows look a little different on this, don't they? That was a number 15 as well. 1907. I'm onto the printing-y bit now. Look at all these letters for printing the posters and all sorts of things. And all these tiny letters. Aren't things easier these days? I tell you what. Oh, look at that tiny little letters. How could people even read that? Oh, those are the, what do I call it? Cedilla? Is that? No, the wiggly thing, tilde? I can't remember what it's called. Do you know what? I've been learning Portuguese for years, but I just can't seem to retain what the actual sort of accenty things are called. It's bizarre, isn't it? I know, it's probably because I've never really done a proper course until I was quite a way into it, and then it was probably like so basic they didn't cover it. All the little Carris symbols. Gosh, what a lot of work went into that. We just hit print on the laptop now, don't we? So amazing how things have changed. Toilet at the end, which I've just used. Look at that great lump of a thing there. That's from 1917, and it's for accessing the power lines to work on them. It can go up and up, you know, vertically. Fire stuff. I'm quite fascinated by the very early fire putting outy stuff. Extinguishy, sorry, that would have been a better word. 1924, there we are, for the aim to prevent and fight fires in the company. Gosh, this looks really ancient, doesn't it, this one? Wow. 1937, moved by human traction. It had a wooden body and iron wheels and was built in the company's workshops. And then we're on to the powery stuff, you know, about how all the electric trams were powered. There's a very distinctive smell in this area, and I don't have the vocabulary to say exactly what it smells like, other than it smells very electrical equipment-y. I don't think it's fuel. I don't know what it is exactly, but it's a very distinctive smell, and it seems to be coming off the equipment. I think so, hang on. Yeah, I think it is. Oh dear, one of life's mysteries. When I came here years ago, my other half was with me, IB. We've been together a long time. Anyway, he was very interested in this bit, but I've got to admit, it goes over my head. Oh, I wish we could go in this bit. They've got really old trams in there, if I remember, horse-drawn ones as well. But not today. But if you come here, you never know. Depending on when it is, they may well be open for business again, and you go and have a look and see the things I've missed this time. The tram driver said, as soon as I'm ready, just go out there and wait. And presumably a tram and driver will appear as if by magic. I think I've done everything in the Tram Museum now. And I'm feeling like I want a cup of coffee in a cafe and maybe a cake. Every so often when I've been in there's been a huge noise of the train going on the bridge. Look at that old bat scene. That was super fun. I'm gonna have a look for a cafe now. Oh my gosh, the toasty came. And it's double the size I expected. Oh my goodness. It's nice though. One coffee has come, and may I be late. Let's taste it. Good and hot and tasty, just how I like them. I've hopped on a bus back, actually, the 760 to Cais, Sodré. Then I'll get a metro from there. I'm back in the apartment now. I had a really fab time at the Carris Museum. I thoroughly recommend that as a day out. It's always really quiet in there. Not that I've been that often. I think this is my third time I've ever been over many years. And I always see something new, you know, or something I didn't notice before. So yeah, absolutely recommend that. If you're new to my channel, I do daily life vlogs. Pretty much varied content, depends what I'm getting up to really. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. Do feel free to check out this Lisbon playlist that I am putting here before your eyes, or this latest upload video if you're watching in the future and you want to see what I'm up to now. Anyway, thank you for watching. Bye.